Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another book review, guys. This time we are talking about Stephen King yet again. This time we are talking about the first book in the Bill Hodges trilogy, that is Mr. Mercedes. This is one, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect going into it. I know that this is, or beforehand, before reading it, that this was Stephen King's just straight up take on a mystery kind of thriller, if you will. So I was very, very interested to read this. Sorry, I was looking at the cover here. What is this about? Let me read this to you real quick. Essentially, this book, I'm not going to read this, I'm just going to tell you my own words. This book starts off with these people, and I believe this is in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, or Michigan or something like that. They are waiting for a job fair. And we're introduced to this gentleman, and he comes across this mother and her baby who are in line next to him. And we're kind of introduced, and I start to think that is going to be the main character. And then no, Stephen King pulls a 180 and says, no, kill them all. And so from there, we're introduced to our main character, and that is Bill Hodges. Bill is a retired detective who worked on the Mercedes killing case, and he's retired. Life's just not really going his way. He's divorced, his daughter's estranged from him. He just spends all day watching soap operas and just kind of contemplates, what he's doing in this world and whether he should still be alive or not. And Bill somehow gets in contact with the Mercedes killer. And so we see this kind of cat and mouse game this entire book. Will Bill catch him? Will he not? There's the old guard of not knowing technology versus the new guard of this is how technology is, and just kind of explaining stuff. I think this, in all honesty, was King's way of trying to introduce some of his, readers that have been reading his books since the 70s to, at the time, modern technology, and as this book goes on, we realize that the Mercedes killers is they're around everywhere. We see, without really trying to delve too much into it, we see a Norman Bates style relationship, and we find out some stuff about the Mercedes killer. And yeah, just very, very twisted, messed up stuff, to say the least. So again, this is one I was very interested in reading, and I'm very happy that I did. I think this was a very good take on King doing a thriller, murder mystery, whatever you want to call it. I think thriller probably is the best way to describe it. Definitely, I think worth a read if you're wanting to kind of get into Stephen King, but you're not wanting to read The Dark Tower. I've not read it myself, but you're wanting, a series of some sort to kind of follow along, but you're not wanting to, do the whole Dark Tower arc. I think, and I have not read the second or third book, I think this might be the place to start, in all honesty. Again, very, very good. I very much enjoyed it. And yeah, just all in all, a pretty good book. If you're somebody, you're on the fence about reading King, probably would recommend this. Again, it's not anything too outlandish, and kind of give you an idea of his writing style. That is going to be it. That's going to be my review of the book. I don't want to spoil anything with it being a thriller or give everything away. So that is all I'm going to say on that. As always, guys, y'all have a good one.